Sherlock Holmes fans, have you ever seen a first edition of a Sherlock Holmes book? Here is the first edition in book form of A Study in Scarlet, which is the first Sherlock Holmes book ever. We call it the first edition in book form because it first appeared in 1887 in a Christmas annual, which is to say a sort of ephemeral magazine at the end of the year. And here it was published in 1888, just the next year, in book form. Now, you look at something like this and you might say, how do you know that's first edition? You say it's first edition, but do I just take your word for it? Well, in fact, you don't have to. This is what we use. It's a bibliography. Bibliography of Conan Doyle by Green and Gibson. Bibliography in this context is actually called a descriptive bibliography, and that's different from, say, the work cited at the end of your essays. A descriptive bibliography is looking at the book as a historical artifact. So when I'm looking at one of these books and I'm trying to figure out if it's a first edition, I just go to that bibliography, I reference it, and I see, okay, this is what I'm looking for on the title page. And then I also note that this is the second issue of the first edition. I know that because Green and Gibson document a typo on the preface where younger is spelled with two U's instead of UN. And then I go to this copy and I see, in fact, that someone else has referenced that bibliography ahead of me, circled that typo, and has identified it as the second issue of the first edition.